Happy Saturday! Today I'm going to do a story. This is a real story that happened to me. It is a travel nightmare when I experienced bedbugs. So, back in March of 2016, I had a few days off in a row, and it was going to be pretty warm for March weather. So I decided to take a little trip. I went down to Virginia Beach since it's 5 hours or so away. When I was looking online, I was trying to find a bargain. I found this deal. It was at the Marjack Suites in Virginia Beach. It cost $91.80 for 2 nights, and it was oceanfront. Now, the reviews, I will admit, they were either like really high reviews or really low reviews, so I wasn't really sure what to expect, but I said, well, it's a bargain trip. It looks okay. So I drove down to Frederick, Maryland. I stayed over at one of my best friend's apartments. Before then, I made the rest of the trip down. I got there. I checked in at 4 p.m. and I was given R14 for my room. I basically went in there and I put my bags down. I took a bunch of photos. I sent them to my best friend. I'm like, look, this looks nice. And then I went on a stroll for the beach. And then I think I went back to the room, and then I picked up pizza. And then, so I'm going to read. So I ordered pizza and returned back before 7 p.m. Around 8:30 p.m., while sitting on the couch, I noticed a small bug crawling. I picked it up and took several photos of it. I sent the photos to my family and friends, asking if it was a bed bug. My cousin, who has had bed bugs before, immediately confirmed it was indeed a bed bug and that I needed to leave that room as soon as possible. She also informed me that usually that means there are bed bugs throughout the hotel. Having heard this and seen several more, I packed up my bags and requested a full refund to the front desk attendant around 9:30 p.m. The front desk attendant, who was a female, spoke to the manager. She informed me that since it was this late, they wouldn't be able to give me a refund for the first night, and pending investigation, they may or may not be able to give me a refund for the second night. As best as I understood, they have a no refund policy. They have to do an investigation on the complaint, which means no free refund first night and pending an investigation for my refund on second night. I took several photos of the bedbug, and I even brought down the bedbug to show as proof to them that my room had bedbugs. I gave the front desk attendant the bedbug for her manager to see when he arrived next. I understand that a hotel has a no refund policy and an investigation as their protocol, but I was given a room that had bedbugs. I showed them the bedbug. I requested a full refund due to their problem. It was denied. It was completely not right or fair to me as a consumer. As a consumer of a hotel, I expect to have a clean room with no bedbugs. Once a hotel can no longer fulfill that commitment, the hotel should be liable for a refund given back to me. I checked out by 9:45 p.m. the same night I checked in with no refund. I had to book a new hotel. I had to throw away all my food that was open in my room. Since I opened my bags in my room, I had to do laundry that night. It was a huge inconvenience to me. All I was asking for was both nights to be refunded for a total of $91.80. So what I just read to you was a complaint that I filed with the Better Business Bureau. Now, before I get into the rest of the timeline of that, I did find another hotel, and I reserved it at the Comfort Suites, which cost me for 2 nights $250.02. So the whole budget got thrown out the window. I went from being a bargain trip to overpaid vacation. I had plenty of money, so it wasn't a big deal, but it was a big rain on my party, as you can say, because it was a huge inconvenience to me. Even when I checked into the Comfort Suites, it was a very, very nice hotel. I didn't have any problems with it, but I was still very paranoid about what I experienced at the previous hotel. So it kind of, put a ruin the price-wise and just the overall inconvenience it caused me. But let me go on and continue with the rest of the timeline with my contact with the BBB. So the case was received on March 9th, on March 11th. Now I'll point out it was March 7th that I had a night for, and March 8th. So they sent the acknowledgement to consumer, which is me, on March 14th. They notified the business on March 14th. March 22nd, no response to first notice to business. March 22nd, consumer, have you heard from the company? March 22nd, reminder of dispute to business. April 4, no response received by business on second notice. And then it said April 13th on 2016. You click it, it says receive business response. And it's saying, to whom it may concern, I am writing to you today in response to a letter received from your office concerning an alleged bed bug complaint from a previous guest of mine. I've responded to the guest by mail and included a copy of the letter sent, letter with this letter. If you have any questions, don't be hesitant to contact me. So it was then wrote to me, I am writing to you today because you filed a complaint with the Better Business Bureau about an alleged bed bug issue. I wanted to first inform you that bed bug issues are common with hotels. They are not widespread through the buildings. Most times they are isolated incidents. Because I am not the manager, I was not informed of this issue until you filed the complaint. We do not offer refunds, even in the event of a pest issue, because we have procedures that will prevent you from having further issues. Had you given us the chance, we could have resolved the issue at the hotel level. Resolution services include heat treating all of guests' belongings to eliminate the possibility of any pest traveling with the customer. We also have Orkin Pest Control evaluate to confirm or deny if there is truly a bed bug issue. Because 9 times out of 10, what you are seeing is not a bed bug, instead something that flew in through the balcony. Once Orkin has confirmed a bed bug issue, then we do offer compensation. Unfortunately, you did not allow us to follow the procedures. Therefore, I will start the process today to see if we have an actual problem or not by having an investigation completed by Orkin to see if we have a problem or not. If the report comes back negative, there will be no compensation. They gave me their office an email to contact them back. They said they'll be in contact with me once they have results from an inspection. Okay, so I go back, and on April 14th, you basically can do a consumer rebuttal to the business response. So I said, I have received Marjack Suit's response. The date of the response is March 18th. On the response, it states that blank name, I'm not going to mention the names, is conducting an investigation via Orkin to determine whether or not they have an actual problem or not. And if the report comes back negative, there will be no compensation. My response, I'm not satisfied with Marjack Suit's response. I took the bed bug to the front desk associate on March 7th as evidence and left it with her. I have several photos of the bed bug as evidence. I have proof that this pest issue was indeed a bed bug infestation in my room. As a consumer who's booking a hotel room, I'm under the impression that I am staying in a bed bug free room. And that was not the case at all. It was infested with several bed bugs throughout my hotel room. At the very least, Marjack Suits can take responsibility for their own bed bug problem and refund me. I'm not happy with the runaround Marjack Suites is doing and its unethical business practices. Therefore, the business needs to refund me for failing to provide a clean, bed-bug-free room. My stance is still to be refunded both nights for a total of $91.80. So then on April 15th, they forwarded the consumer rebuttal to business. April 25th, no response for business regarding consumer rebuttal. May 9th, Bureau judge complaint to be closed unresolved. Case closed unresolved. Bureau judge complaint to be closed. May 10th, informed consumer case closed unresolved. May 10th, informed business case closed unresolved. So it never got resolved. It still irks me to this day that, you know, I have this proof. And actually, I will include, in this video, I will include the pictures of the hotel room. Also, I will include you the pictures of the bed bug that I found. It really is a bed bug, and it really does irk me. I guess one thing if I could do differently about that whole experience is, you know, I would have kept the bed bug, and people were probably like, you're crazy for doing that. But if I got a Ziploc bag and I put it in there, I would have saved it, and I would have had it go through a test to, I guess you want to call it the DNA test of a bed bug, you know, to get it verified that indeed it was. And I'm 99.9999% sure that it was. And once you see these pictures of it, I think you will all agree with me that it was indeed a bed bug. But as you can see, it was just a nightmare. It never got resolved. I guess you can kind of, the BBB, I don't have a positive experience with it because it didn't do anything for me. I guess you can kind of, in my opinion, they're kind of like the middleman between the business and the consumer. So all in all, it was an absolute nightmare. It really was. It really, really was a nightmare. I'm trying to remember if I did get an email of whether or not they found out if it was indeed what Orkin said, and I'm trying to find if I did or not. Let me go check. I think I really want to say I do have it, but let me go check and I'll make sure. Well, I don't think I actually have. I thought I did get an email, but I right now I can't find it. But what I learned from this, and I try, even with life, you know, there's gonna be times where there's gonna be negative things that happen, and there's gonna be the high times, the low times, etc. Things that happen to you, whether they're good or bad, neutral. I try to find the positive in everything. And yes, overall, this was a huge inconvenience to me, and it caused a lot of anxiety and stress. And I lost money over this. I had to pay more money. You know, it couldn't get much worse than what happened. I will say that, but you live and learn from things. And I learned from this experience that I need to look up the reviews at all times. I go to TripAdvisor, I read the reviews. You know, that's how I learned from it. And you know, I don't need a lot. I'm fine with a simple hotel. You know, I'm okay with a 2 a 3-star hotel. I'm okay. As long as it's clean, doesn't have any of these bed bug problems and bug problems, I'm fine with that. As long as it doesn't have that stuff, I'm good. I don't need the luxury stuff and all that. Just give me a clean bed, clean room. I'm good. So definitely learn from that. Read the reviews. Now, I will say, I do not recommend you ever stay at Marjag. I don't even know how I'm pronouncing it. Marjag? I don't know. Marjag Suites? Maybe. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing words in this video as well. But I do not recommend you staying there at all. That price, it's gonna catch you, right? It's gonna catch you. But if you do see this video, don't let that price fool you. Don't let it fool you. I will never, ever, 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 ever stay there again. If it came down to sleeping in my car or that hotel, I'm in my car for sure. And I will also say that I lost my train of thought. But definitely I hope this video helps you with this. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. I've had such a negative experience with that hotel that I don't even want to go back to Virginia Beach. I haven't been back to Virginia Beach since. It's just you kind of associate that place with a negative experience, and that's what happened to me. I just don't want any part of it. I know this is a super long video, but I love telling stories. If you cannot tell, so I lived this, I survived it, and I learned from it. But have a great Saturday, a great weekend. It's gonna snow here. I just saw a few flurries coming down already. So definitely gonna enjoy the snow today. But have a great weekend, and I will see y'all later. Peace out.